Guess what we did today? We flew to one of our favorite countries that we've ever been, Vietnam. We are going to be spending 2 weeks together in Vietnam, starting with Saigon, which is where we landed. As soon as we landed, we checked into our hotel and then we went straight to Boi Vien Walking Street, which is basically a strip that's full of restaurants, clubs and bars. We were here on a Saturday night, but it wasn't that busy, surprisingly. Last time we were here was a lot more crazy, but we walked this strip for our first night and then we went home because we had an early flight to catch the next day. We got up for breakfast and found this Bumbleway restaurant that was very close to our hotel. We got our entrees, which is kind of like disassembled chong fan. I'm not really sure what it's called. It's the first time I've had it, but it was really good. And then for mains, all the girls got Bumbleway and I had vermicelli noodle salad. The food here was really good, and they also speak English at this restaurant, which usually means a markup, but not here. For an entree, a main and a drink, it only cost us $9 Australian each. We then went to the airport because we are catching flights to different parts of Vietnam. The girls are going to Da Nang and Evie and I are going to Phu Quoc. There was a slight delay in the flight, but then we finally took off and then landed in Phu Quoc about less than an hour later. And then we made our way to the hotel. We are staying at the Novotel, which is currently the #1 hotel in Phu Quoc. And if you are thinking of coming to Phu Quoc, I would definitely recommend staying here. While the island is still building up its tourism after COVID, it's still pretty cheap to stay here. For an ocean view double room, we paid $300 for 3 nights. For us, we think it was worth it because we are suckers for sunsets, and the sunsets here in Phu Quoc are beautiful every single night. So after watching the sunset, we made our way to Grand World, which is about an hour away. It's a huge tourist attraction here in Phu Quoc, and it's kind of like, think Universal Studios, where they kind of make up this little world, and Grand World is imitating Venice. So you kind of walk around, look at these colourful buildings. There are some shops, there's a teddy bear museum, and there's a lot of restaurants. For dinner, we came across this Borneo restaurant, and while we're waiting for our food, I opened what we got from Daiso, which was a little Hello Kitty lip balm. I love tinted lip balms, and this one was only $5, and it smells like strawberries and cream. We then got our food. Borneo is basically like a sizzling hot plate with beef and egg and onions, and you eat it with bread, and it was so freaking good. And the craziest part is I still can't get over how cheap everything here is. It was less than $6 Australian for our meal. We then watched a light show. I don't really know what we're supposed to be looking at, but we stayed for it anyway, and then we finally went home. Evie fell asleep in the car, and then we got ready for bed. See you tomorrow.